Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I just have to start off by saying Hipdot has not been hyped up enough in my life or on my Instagram feed or in YouTube videos. I really need a lot more recognition after I have tested out my very first products that I've ever tried from them. I'm going to be reviewing their Summer Rays collection and I am extremely excited because I honestly was gonna buy this by myself. Then just recently I discovered that there is this app called B-Roll where you can apply for different campaigns and get sent product, and you just shoot raw footage and upload it into their app and you can get paid for it. So I signed up for a Hipdot campaign and I did my live footage and all of that stuff and uploaded it there. But I really wanted to review this for you guys too because it is so good. I would probably consider Hipdot an indie makeup brand. I feel like they're pretty popular, but not everyone necessarily knows about them. I don't know what other websites you can buy Hipdot from other than Hipdot. I'm sure there are other websites because there are so many other stores. I'll leave it down below where you can. This set in particular I'm talking about is the Summer Rays collection. It retails for $50, which I know is just as much as high end, but you do get this really big palette. I believe it has 15 shadows in it, and you get a mini 9-pan palette as well as a complexion sponge and a mini complexion sponge. I don't have those with me because I just used them, but they're very squishy and very soft and they work really well. I have no complaints about them. But of course, I think the most exciting part are these palettes. So the first palette, the bigger one, is called the Flower Burst palette. Let me zoom you guys in so you can see her up close. So first of all, I'm pretty obsessed with this packaging. It has this raised texture, which is so nice, and it has really pretty flowers. In the center there's a rainbow as well. There's a mirror, and here are the shades. So I am in love. I love neutrals and I love pops of pink and I love it all. Now upon swatching these were all pigmented. I was so impressed with the deeper purples because normally from other companies those are very patchy and very gritty and I just have issues with them, and I didn't experience that with this palette at all. These shimmers are gorgeous. They're so soft you barely have to touch it. It's so good, cruelty free. This is just a really good performing palette and I will demo this for you as well. This next one is probably, to me, what caught my eye first from this collection because it is an all shimmer 9-pan palette, and this is called Light Rays. And this packaging, again, so beautiful. The flowers, again, has a mirror. And here are the shades. And I love this not only because it's all shimmers, but these shimmers are so unique. They're not all just like shimmers you're gonna have in every single palette. Like, look at this blue. It is, oh my gosh, it is verging like indie brand multi-chromes here, and this one actually reminds me of an indie brand multi-chrome I recently got, and just, oh my gosh, this one looks like a light pink but it has a green flip to it, a blue flip to it. So these are actually, like, not only are they metallic but they have shifts of different colors. So my duochrome sparkly lovers, I feel like I don't always say you need a palette, but I feel like if normally you like makeup like I do, you see a review that I do and you know I always like the really shimmery, beautiful, metallic, intense, a little bit unique shades, then I'm gonna say I think you need this because it's really good. I really enjoy it and I can't wait to use it more. And the thing about this is, I know they sell these separately and this one's beautiful and it performed so amazing, but what's great is these complement each other, where you look at this palette right here and we've seen color stories somewhat similar to this. Now I'm not saying it's the most unique, but it does perform so good, and it's still really pretty. But I feel like you add these cool colors with this color scheme and you get something really awesome. Like today I added the shimmers from this palette and that is how I created this look. But If you want to see how I got this look with these palettes, just keep watching. I feel like this is pretty obvious. We're going to start off with the Flower Burst palette because it has all of the mattes inside of it. So we're going to use it first. I honestly haven't really been using primer lately, so I don't even think we're going to bother priming. I'm first going to go into the shade called Daydream, which is that light brown shade. We'll see how pigmented, not pigmented the shade is. Alright, so that's not brown at all. That is definitely a mauve shade. It looks a little more brown to me in the pan, but that is mauve, and she is pigmented. She's very, very pigmented. We're gonna take that under the eye. I feel like so far these colors are the performance, and based off swatches, it performs very ColourPop-esque, but like the really good ColourPop shades. Like sometimes you get not great ColourPop and sometimes you get very, very good performing it, and I feel like it's like all the very well performing shades from ColourPop, like no patchiness, easy to build and blend. The shimmers seem very promising. We'll find out today when we apply them, but so far it's like when you find like parts of ColourPop you really love, that's kind of the vibes it's giving me. We are going to go into Kaleidoscope. Actually, I think, yeah. Okay, I don't really know what I'm doing, but we're gonna go into this shade here called Kaleidoscope. And there are a few similar pinks, but they look different in the swatches versus in the pan. I swatched them yesterday. If you're into swatches, go check out my Instagram. But see how easily that just like built up? Like, I feel like what was in the pan went straight to my eye, and it's the perfect consistency. I honestly feel like it's not too powdery. Yeah, you have a little bit of fallout like in the pan. I can see, you know, some, but this is honestly this formula is really, really good, and I'm really excited I got to try it. Like, do you see that there's no fallout? I'm not even tapping off my brush, and do you see like how well that's building up? This honestly might be one of the better formulas I've ever used. I've actually decided why not. We're gonna put the lavender shade on the lower lash line just to test it out. This is kind of a lighter shade, so I don't really know how this will go. I kind of just want to do a different lower lash line. I feel like I should have started off with lavender instead of that other mauve shade down below, but that's such a pretty lavender shade. Of course, it's not super pigmented because it's kind of like a pastel lavender. We are actually going to go with the hot pink called Magnolia underneath the eye. So there's just some more purpley pinks, and then there's some more like straight up pinks. And for it to like go on top of all those colors is pretty impressive, I'd say. Blossom is the deepest shade. We're gonna go into that one. Yeah, my camera is just starting to like work itself, so that's weird. That's a little bit weird, we'll see. I think I'm gonna keep it lighter and brighter on the bottom and a little bit more intense on top. So we're actually gonna use the shimmers in this palette because I feel like this palette is what's going to make this look even more unique, because I feel like a lot of us have some of these types of tones, but this palette brings it to a whole new level. And I don't know if I want to, I feel like you could do any of these colors. You could do the blue and it would look so cool. You could do the, oh my gosh, there's just so much you could do. The green would look really pretty. All of it would look really pretty. That's why I feel like you could use any of these shades right now on your lid with what's on my lid and it'd look fabulous. We're gonna start off with Solar. I honestly just wanted to use like the blue one, but I think we need to use more. I am wetting my brush just to pick up some more, but I just, again, based off swatches, I don't think we're gonna have any issues with these at all. I just don't. they just seem to work really well. I was so impressed. Like I never thought Hipdot would be not good, but I just didn't know they'd be this good. Now we're gonna go into this light pink. These are so okay. That one definitely has a little bit of a blue shift going throughout it. Holy crap. These are gorgeous. I feel like these are Virgin Multi-Chrome because like, I don't even know what to say. I feel like very similar to some indie makeup brands, like singles. But it's a palette full of them, which is something I've always wanted. Okay, we're definitely putting, I feel like this was the perfect color to put there because we're gonna go with the blue on the inner corner. I'm gonna take some of that pink down here first. We're gonna take that blue now called Glow and put it on the inner corners. She's just so freaking pretty. She's so pretty. I am going to put on mascara. Maybe keep blowing out my eyes. But we're gonna put on mascara and all that stuff and I'll be back. I'm so impressed with the formula. The mattes, they blend like a dream. They are pigmented but not overly pigmented. They're easy to blend. Again, these are the only palettes I've ever tried from Hipdot before, so I don't know how the other ones perform, but this set I highly give a thumbs up. I think it's worth the $50. Honestly, you could get a lot of awesome looks and you could get some really toned down looks, but you also get some really interesting, unique shades in here. And I think you can't really go wrong if this is the type of makeup you're into. I think it's worth your buck, honestly. It's gonna be a good thing to have in your collection, and the packaging is really cute. Let me know, have you tried Hipdot before and what your favorite palette is from them? Maybe I'll have to check more out. And thank you to B-Roll and also Hipdot for sending these over so that I could create some content. You guys have a great day and I'll see you next time.